Hello everybody, my name is Eric Wire from Between the Bolter and Me, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of a game that's not the typical Warhammer 40,000 that the blog tends to look at, but actually another one called Wrath of Kings, which is a game published by Cool Mini or Not, and I'll admit it wasn't a game that was particularly on my radar until a blog that I follow called Screwed Up Dice began a particular collaborative project that they called Wrath, or A Tale of Wrath, which, as the name somewhat suggests, it's a sort of spiritual successor to a project that Games Workshop actually ran as a series in their White Dwarf magazine back in, I think, 1998, called A Tale of Four Gamers, in which they actually had four different gamers choose each a different Warhammer army to just start a new army, and over the course of 6 months and therefore 6 White Dwarf issues actually slowly build an army each month, adding a new units, assembling them, painting them, and using them in battles and such. And Screwed Up Dice wanted to do a similar thing, although they chose Wrath of Kings as their game system, and rather than just having a few people be involved in it, they actually just sort of put it out to the internet as a whole, asking people to participate if they were interested in it, and they actually have a whole sort of criterion list of each of the 6 months and what they want you to try to accomplish, the units you get, what you assemble, paint, and that sort of thing. And I don't know, it's just something that seemed pretty exciting to me. And even though I didn't think at Between the Bolter and Me here we'd have the time to actually do the actual entire project, just due to other projects we're working on, particularly Iron Sleet's Pilgrim project. But I thought, you know what, this would be a great opportunity to just look at some of the models from Wrath of Kings and, see what they're like, see what the plastic's like, and try to assemble them. So I went to a local hobby shop and picked up a box, and in this case what I ended up choosing was a model from the Hadross faction, which is, I thought, to me, seemed like one of the more interesting factions in the game, which are actually a nautical race that these particular units, normally they're underwater, but through various magics or something they can also fight on land. And another reason why I kind of decided to choose them was the thought that, even if I don't end up playing Wrath of Kings, these guys would probably be good proxies for the Dark Mariners from Antimatter's skirmish game Deep Wars, which I do play now and again. So yeah, I thought I'd kind of give it a shot. So yeah, this particular one is this Orsund Cavalier, which is just on this big kraken squid type thing, this little guy, which I thought looked pretty neat. And so yeah, the box here, not a whole lot on here other than just here's a picture of the particular model, but I guess, yeah, just to get right into it, I'm gonna unbox this and see what's inside. Like, I haven't actually used or seen any of these models before, so it should be interesting. Alrighty, here. Yeah, because I don't know, anytime a new game starts to produce plastic miniatures, I kind of wonder, like, what is the plastic actually going to be like? Is it going to be sort of GW plastic, or maybe possibly like the Mantic sort of resin plastic, which I was never too thrilled with. But it's interesting. Just this little plastic tray and a bag of the actual models. Here's a big base, and seems actually then they even have a little card associated with the models. And well, I haven't played the game. I looked into the rules a little bit, and it seems to be an interesting system. What I thought was particularly interesting was this thing along the side here, which when you play the game, every unit has their own like little chart here, which is sort of their indication of how easy they are to be hit in combat. And the game uses a D10 system rather than the D6, and if someone's trying to hit them, they'll need a 7 or higher to actually cause a strike and cause damage, whereas these symbols means it just hits the armor. This maybe it's like you block it, and this is like a magical defense. But then on the back they have various different melee attacks and things, but I won't go too much in depth here, because if you're interested, you can actually just go on their website. You can actually download the rules for the game, like just completely free, and they have all those things there. So yeah, so everything's in just this bag of parts. So cut this open here and see what they're like. Okay, they're just all it's interesting, yeah, like the pieces aren't actually on a sprue or anything, they are actually individual here. It's a bit different, just sort of nice, although it does kind of remind me of Mantic's Restic models. They're similar to this, and I don't know, I wasn't particularly thrilled with Restic. I found it was very difficult to use, but these pieces look pretty nice. You can see very slight mold lines here, but nothing crazy. And it doesn't see even though it's a similar sort of not on sprue type of thing through what Mantic had used to do, it doesn't seem to be that Restic material, although until I actually try to trim these pieces up and stuff, I'm not entirely sure. So I'll probably actually have a blog post shortly on Between the Bolter and Me, looking at the particular models and how easy they are to assemble and just trim and such. And yeah, it actually read that whereas some of the various pieces are actually made of different sorts of plastic, that the weapons and stuff were from like a polystyrene, you can see here, and they actually was on a sprue, but it's a bit harder, so it's less likely to break. But that looks nice. I mean, it just has, you know, thin mold lines like you'd expect. But there's this little spear. I guess this is the main Kraken that slides together like so. And here's the little rider's legs here that I guess fits in like so. And yeah, this is actually the same sort of thing. Yeah, like Mantic's models have these sort of little tabs like this, but let's see here. So there's the rider. Here's, I guess, part of the little Kraken's vicious maw. I guess he fits in the front there. Here's the little rider. Yeah, I like this little guy. His little tentacles here. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. The pieces here. The mold lines don't look too bad. The plastic feels nice, but yeah, I guess that's hard to really know what it'll ultimately be like. But a whole bunch of these tentacles here that have these nice little suction cups and such. And yeah, no, they look nice. The detail seems to be pretty good as well. Doesn't look particularly soft, whereas like I recently been working on a whole host of different Kingdom Death models, and a lot of their models have a tendency that, while they're cast really nice, a lot of them do have a tendency to have fairly soft detail, which, you know, isn't necessarily the best, but they're still nice models. Yeah, so yeah, a whole lot of tentacles. Yeah, and yeah, this is another bag of additional tentacles, and don't really know what this had been to. Maybe I guess this maybe was. I was gonna say what his little arms are attached to, but they don't look like the same sort of polystyrene here. But I don't know. We'll see. Huh. Yeah, it's actually interesting too. The actual spear just slots in through there rather than it being modeled directly on. But yeah, so here's the little guy. Yeah, it seems like it'll fit together pretty well. But yeah, so I guess that's what's inside one of the boxes here, and it looks pretty nice, pretty heavy, dense plastic, and hopefully shortly here I'll be able to actually have this little guy assembled and be able to show you some pictures of that on the blog and talk a little bit more about how the actually plastic does clean up and if it is as easy to work with as it actually looks like it's going to be. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and hopefully I'll be back again soon unboxing some other things, and certainly make sure to look into the blog. Like, we post quite regularly, and I hope you just have a nice day, and hope to talk to you soon.